All right, friends, let's talk about this last quarter moon in Virgo coming up on December 11th at 3:52 p.m. Because this energy, it's subtle but powerful. Last quarter moons are those moments in the lunar cycle where we're asked to take a breath and say, okay, what needs editing? What isn't working anymore? What needs to shift before we can begin again? This Virgo energy is all about refinement, clarity, cleaning the clutter, emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual. Not in a perfectionistic way, but in a supportive, let's make this better way. So this moon is basically tapping you on the shoulder and saying, hey, let's fix this thing that's actually going to make a difference. And depending on your rising sign, it's happening in a different area of life. I'm also going to include each house's ally, the superpower that you can lean into, and the abort sequence, which is the self-sabotage pattern that we want to avoid. So, let's get into it. If you're an Aries rising, this is happening in your 6th house of daily routines, health, and being useful in the world. Something in your schedule or your habits is ready for an upgrade. Your ally here is competence. You feel better when things function smoothly, when you know what you're doing, and when your systems support you. But watch the abort sequence, that sneaky, I'm not doing enough, I'm not good enough feeling that leads to burnout, resentment, and checking out completely. The moon is saying, fix one small thing, streamline one routine. Don't overhaul your life, improve the one gear that's sticking. Taurus rising, this is in your 5th house of joy, creativity, romance, and self-expression. Something about how you play, create, or love needs a tune-up. Your ally is spontaneity. Let things feel fun again. Let joy happen without scheduling it. Your abort sequence is when things get too dramatic, indulging too much, overperforming, or getting tangled in childish emotional storylines. This moon wants you to rediscover real joy, not manufactured or obligatory fun. Do something playful that isn't perfect. That's the medicine. Gemini rising. Gemini, this lands in your 4th house of home, roots, family, and emotional foundations. There's something at home, physically or emotionally, that wants reorganizing. Your ally is feelings. Lean into emotional honesty. Let yourself feel what you feel without trying to logic your way around it. But your abort sequence? Sliding into emotional indulgence and getting stuck. Like sinking into quicksand where nothing actually moves. The moon wants you to adjust something simple, a boundary, a room, a pattern. The outer shift mirrors the inner one. For Cancer rising. Cancer, this activates your 3rd house of communication, mindset, and daily connections. A thought pattern or a way you've been speaking your truth needs refining. Your ally is curiosity. Ask questions, stay open, explore a new way of thinking. Your abort sequence is trying to do too much mentally, overextending yourself, or scattering in a dozen different directions until everything feels blurred. This moon says replace one old narrative with one cleaner, more grounded one. Your entire mindset will shift. If you're a Leo rising, Leo, this lights up your 2nd house of money, resources, and self-worth. Something about what you value or how you value yourself is ready for an adjustment. Your ally is conviction. Stand firm in your worth. Remember that your time and energy are valuable. Your abort sequence is losing your nerve and retreating into old fears or financial patterns that you've outgrown. The moon is asking you to do a little inventory. Where are you overspending your energy and underestimating your worth? Virgo rising. Virgo, this is hitting you directly. Your identity, your body, your direction, the whole package. Your ally is courage. The courage to be yourself, to shift your path, to say, this no longer fits. Your abort sequence is collapsing under pressure and abandoning yourself to meet someone else's expectations or avoid conflict. The moon wants you to make one adjustment in how you show up, a boundary, a habit, a self-expectation. Lighten the load. Libra rising. Libra, this is happening in your 12th house of subconscious, rest, healing, and retreat. Something hidden is bubbling up that needs release. Your ally is a sense of the eternal, that deep spiritual perspective that reminds you that you're part of something larger. Your abort sequence is fear of change, which can turn into avoidance, confusion, or escapism. The moon says slow down, rest, let something dissolve instead of forcing it to make it make sense. Scorpio rising. Scorpio, Virgo lights up your 11th house of friendships, community, and long term goals. A dream needs a tweak. A connection needs a boundary. Something needs calibration. Your ally is clear priorities. When you know what really matters, everything else falls into place. Your abort sequence is drifting, staying vague, non committal, or avoiding the decision that would actually set you free. The moon wants you to fine tune your vision. If it's not aligned anymore, let it go. For Sagittarius rising, this is occurring in your 10th house. This is your career, your reputation, visibility, and calling. Something in your public life wants restructuring. Your ally is integrity. Show up as the real you, no overcompensating, no pretending. Your abort sequence is getting stuck in a role that no longer fits, playing a character that you've outgrown. This moon says update your image, your goals, and your professional direction. Even a small refinement shifts the whole trajectory. Capricorn rising. Capricorn, this moon moves through your 9th house of beliefs, philosophy, education, and worldview. Your ally is wander. Let life surprise you again. Be open to learning something new. Your abort sequence is dogmatism, clinging to old beliefs out of habit, even if they don't serve you anymore. This moon invites you to gently release one outdated worldview, expand, and explore. Aquarius rising. Aquarius, this activates your 8th house of intimacy, shared resources, and psychological depth. Your ally is honesty. Say the real thing, first to yourself, then to someone else. Your abort sequence is denial, fear, or resisting emotional truth until it weighs you down. This moon asks for one brave moment of vulnerability. That's what breaks the cycle. Pisces rising. Pisces, this lands in your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, and agreements. Something in a relationship dynamic needs rebalancing. Your ally is love, the genuine kind, compassionate, honest, and mutual. Your abort sequence is losing yourself in another person or slipping into dependency patterns. This moon encourages you to clarify expectations. Ask for what you need. Stay in your center.